Hey, what's up my ninja? Shinobi here with another Diablo 3 video for you. Today I woke up just not too long ago and saw this news here. I was doing a live stream last night and just got up and saw, wow, this is pretty crazy. Apparently they're taking away the auction house in Diablo 3. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm excited for different reasons than I think some other people are, but I think that it's been a really big problem with Diablo in the past here, with people just literally just getting items from the auction house and barely even playing the game. I think most people just, when they're gearing their characters nowadays, they just spend most of their time on the auction house and they don't really play the game. And I think that, Blizzard wants people to be playing the game, so they're going to be taking away the auction house. I think it's also part of a marketing strategy for people to buy Reaper of Souls. Just a little opinion from myself, but it's a good marketing strategy because it's something that we want in the game, and that's what it's all about, right? When you go to buy a new game, when you go to buy the expansion, you want to get perks out of it that you were hoping to get, and this is one thing that I think that people were really hoping to get. I mean, when you look down here, there's already 2,500 comments, which is some of the most comments that I've ever seen on a Diablo 3 post here on their website. So it seems like everybody's really liking this. You can even see the very first guy here, big respect for Blizzard. So it seems like Blizzard is listening to their community, and now that Josh has taken over on the development team here, he really seems to be the type of guy that we can trust, where he can, he listens to the community, and then they make decisions in the game based off of what the fans want, and that's how a game grows. That's how you make a game better. That's what the top games do. They listen to their community. Like all these games, League of Legends, just all the ones that are really big, they're big for a reason, because they listen to their community, and I think that's really awesome. Now, when I first heard about the auction house, BlizzCon, before Diablo 3 came out, I thought to myself, being a Diablo 2 player myself, I thought the auction house, that's a good idea, because a lot of people, they would farm for items in the game, which was great. Also, when you found items that you didn't have use for, what would you do with those items? You would either make an alt and then maybe use those items, later on, or you would, go on third-party websites and trade it with people, or you'd make like a trade chat type thing. You make like a game and you say, I have this item, come in here and get the item, and you would do that. And when they implemented the auction house, I thought, okay, this will get people away from those third-party websites, and it'll keep it in a safe environment in the game so people don't get screwed over from, other people, and make it a little easier for people to trade those items that they didn't want for items that they do want. And that was the original intent, I think, from Blizzard. Also, the game, there's no subscription fee, and they constantly come out with patches. In the beginning, they were coming out with patches a lot. So I think that, because we have no subscription fee, we're getting those patches for free, and they're improving the game for free for us, that the real money auction house was a way for them to make a little bit of money. But I think that Blizzard has decided that it's more important for their viewers to have a better, more engaging, more rewarding environment in the game than for them to make a little bit of extra money on the side. So big props to Blizzard for coming up with this. But this does bring a couple problems as well. Now you're going to be seeing players going back to, the whole way it was in Diablo 2 before, where they're going to be using those third-party websites again. They're going to be doing all these kinds of things. However, I think that if Blizzard does it correctly and they make the drop chances to be, the perfect drop chance, then people won't do that. People will just farm in the game. They'll just get those items that they need to get, and that's all they'll have to do. They'll just, farm the items in the game. If a player feels like that these items that they're getting in the game, they're getting them often, they're not going to look elsewhere to get these items. So I feel like if Blizzard is going to go through with this, which it seems like they're going to, and they take out the auction house, then they really need to hit the nail on the head here with the items that we find in game and make it really rewarding. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be the case. We'll have to see with time as time goes on, but I want to talk about a short little story as well, and those are some of my opinions there. I'm going to talk about a little story in just a second about how the auction house has affected me as a player, And I want to see you guys' comments down below. Let me know, what you feel about this. Do you think you're going to come back to Diablo 3? Are you excited for, the expansion? Something like this, something you've wanted for a long time. Just leave your comments down below. Now, I want to talk about real quick a little story about myself in Diablo 3. I've been playing since it's come out, and my whole goal in Diablo 3 was to try and be very competitive, and with PvP not being implemented, I had to be competitive in other ways. So I thought, okay, I'll try and be the best geared demon hunter in the world. That's what I want to go for. And so I had built up max magic find gear before the Paragon leveling system came out, and I also had really good damage on that gear, so I didn't have to switch out items all the time and use that magic find like a lot of people used to do. And so that's what I did, and I farmed like crazy. I would farm. I made videos a long time ago showing people all the routes that I did and how much I was farming. I was farming so much that I was finding all these items instead of using the auction house. So I'd say I probably got 90% of my items from farming and 10% of the ones from the auction house. So I ended up getting to that point right before the Paragon leveling system came out. I was the best geared demon hunter in the world because I had farmed so much. I had the max magic find, and this is back when people didn't think magic find was really worth it. And I was like, no, I think it's worth it. So I'm gonna gear up like that, and I did. So I ended up becoming the best geared demon hunter, and I was like, wow, this is amazing, this is so awesome. And then the Paragon leveling system came out, and I thought, okay, I'll take a little break for a little while because I'm not in any rush to Paragon level or anything. So I decided to take a little break for about a month or so. I come back to the game. Also, I was going through a lot of stuff in real life at the time too. I come back to the game, and I see that I'm no longer ranked #1 anymore. I'm like, okay, how are these people passing me? I'm really curious. So I actually talked to the guy that was the best geared demon hunter at the time, and this was about 6 months ago or something like that. And I said to him, I said, I'm really curious to find out what you've been doing. What kind of farm routes have you been doing? Just kind of gaining knowledge on this and seeing how he passed me. And he said that, to be honest with you, when I play Diablo 3, when I log into Diablo 3, I spend probably 1% of my time in-game and probably 99% of the time in the auction house. He would only just buy items off the auction house and resell and just make crazy amounts of gold. He had a ridiculous amount of gold. Like, you guys have seen some streamers that have like billions of gold. Yeah, he laughed at those people. He had so much gold. That's all he did. He spent probably 17, 18 hours a day farming the auction house and doing that. And and that's when I really realized back then that, okay, the auction house has gone too far. Because in the beginning of Diablo 3, the auction house wasn't that big of a deal because it wasn't super flooded. So it was actually a pretty good place to send the items that you didn't need to get the items that you did need. And you didn't have to use it very often. But after I saw that happen a while back, I thought, wow, okay, there is something really wrong here. The auction house needs to be removed, or it needs to be reset very often, or something. And that was just it. So I was like, okay, well. And then we went to the next problem, which is the problem after that. I said, okay, 2 can play that game, so I'm going to buy and resell on the auction house and also play the game at the same time while I'm streaming and all this. And I did that, and I got back up to about top 100 in the world for Demon Hunter. And at that point, I came to a wall. And that wall was that in order for me to get back up to that point where I was before, I would have to spend real money on items, because the best items in the game at the time were being sold for real money on the auction house, a real money auction house, or through third-party websites. And I'm like, no, I don't play this game to lose money. I play this game to, compete and have fun and make videos on YouTube and stream and entertain on Twitch. So for me, I really just thought, okay, I'm not going to gear my Demon Hunter anymore, and I haven't in the past couple months. And even though my gear is definitely, to the point where farming MP10 is super easy, and I'm very happy with where my Demon Hunter is right now, I did learn over a course of time just why the auction house wasn't that good for the community. And so I'm pretty happy with the way that the auction house is going to be gone. Once again, it's going to go back to a farm game where you're going to farm like crazy and get all this loot, and hopefully I can get my demon hunter or other classes back up to that point again when this happens. Now, speaking of that as well, I'm going to be constructing some teams, some farm teams that I will be a part of. And I've talked about this a little bit on the live stream, and if you watch the live stream you would know this. I'm about to go stream pretty soon after I post this video on YouTube. But my goal is to have characters geared on both EU and on US. I'm almost to that point right now where I'm pretty happy with the way they are before Loot 2.0 does come out. When Loot 2.0 does come out and when the auction house is gone, we will be farming these items like crazy and trying to gear out as much as possible. And by doing that, we'll also find so many items that I'll be able to do really epic giveaways. I feel like the auction house being gone is also really good because now there's no more, you know, auction house, so it's a little more special when you get items from the live stream. You know, it's something that makes it a little more difficult to get items, so when you win something on the live stream, it's going to be a little bit more special, and I think that's really cool. So that's what we're thinking about doing. If you want to try and be a part of the team that I'm going to be constructing, I'm going to talk about this more in the future, but leave your battle tag below, leave some comments on why you think that you'd like to be a part of that, and we're just going to farm it up like crazy. So I think it's going to be really cool to see what happens in the next coming months here. I hope Loot 2.0 does not get pushed back and actually comes out when it's supposed to. You know, they said it's supposed to be out by around BlizzCon, but with this whole auction house thing, it makes me feel like they're going to push that back and wait till the auction house is taken down on March 18th. I don't know. But those are just some of my thoughts, guys. And if you want to, you know, try out for the team and, you know, be part of all of this, then join the live stream. The link's down below. Leave comments down below as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Anyways, my name is Shinobi, and thanks for watching. It's because in the video footage behind me, you're seeing some Diablo 3 video footage here. Now, this is not the expansion, so don't freak out. This is from back in 2008. I believe the first known video footage we had of Diablo 3.